working with a client recently, and we spent a lot of time talking about strategy and how we move strategy from a document to actual results, to actual outcomes, and especially in a heavily matrixed organization or in an organization that is very large and maybe even has multiple geographies. And it's an important question to ask because there are tried and true things that we use: communicate well, be clear with the vision, measure, align what we do with strategy. There are very solid practical pieces of advice for that. But where we fall short is in the continuous strategic conversation throughout the year. We not only need to have a bunch of conversation in order to set the organizational strategy and then cascade that down and maybe do a check-in biannually, but the most successful organizations that I have seen, and the way that they do this extremely well, is they are having the strategy conversation even as frequent as not only the overarching strategy. It's not just a report out on what are our outcomes, where are we, what have we learned, where are we trending, where did we need to pivot. Great conversations, but it's more than that. It's also talking about the prioritization and looking through the alignment of resources and policy and structures and things that are in place in order to set the strategy up for success. It is almost a full day retreat every couple of months where people are getting together, recalibrating, reprioritizing, building timelines so that you are successful. We end up with so many things on our plate. How can we chunk back and determine, here's the overarching goal for the year, here's what's most important right here and right now. For the next 2 months, we're gonna hit this really hard, laser focus on this. And each department, each area, each unit, each area of scope is going to be a little bit different. But understanding from the very top of the organization, what is keeping you up at night? What is the number one priority for us for this next 2 months or this next quarter? How does that shift our priorities so we don't end up with 40 things on the plate, but we end up with multiple things on our plate and we know these are the laser focused items, must do, cannot fail in this next quarter. This is an important conversation. How are you doing at translating the strategy down? Are you in a continuous conversation, or are you having a one conversation, or maybe 2, maybe 3, where you give the results at the end of the year and everyone is still working on the same things that were said at the beginning, even though external market forces may have changed, other things may have changed? How are you having a continuous strategy conversation?